Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I'm going to be analyzing my final game as a 600 rated player in chess. So, it's an interesting one, so here we go. So, I'm not going to try and pronounce his name, e4. I start with a king's pawn opening, the most common opening in chess, and he responds moving his pawn forward 2, attacking my pawn. I cannot take because his queen is protecting it, so I defend my pawn with the knight. Very, very standard stuff. I'm a principled man. I move my knight back because he decides to attack it. And so yeah, he defends his knight, so there now is two attackers on that pawn. Danger levels, we bring another attacker as well. So now we're both fighting for that pawn, fighting for the center, as should be. He brings another pawn, attacking this pawn, and now I have a pawn hanging. What am I to do? I have a pawn hanging. I got some problems. I attacked this pawn. That was a mistake. Maybe something like this would have been a better move. No, it was an accuracy. Okay, well, anyways, I made a mistake. And, yeah, he takes my pawn, though, which is a miss because it overlooks a better way to kick the knight. Don't ask me how. I'm not a bot. I am a human. So, I take his pawn, which is the best move in the position because even we have both of us have one attacker on this pawn, two attackers on this pawn. So I take, he'll take, I take, he'll take, and you can't take because actually no, I have three attackers on the pawn, which was the idea of this, which is why I would say it's not a mistake, it's a move that can be played. So then we trade to equal position material, which again he can't take with his queen because he'll lose his queen. So he plays this. It's a mistake because I can win a pawn through a fork. Can you find the fork? Well, it's with the queen. What's better than moving a piece out of danger, attacking that piece with a check? Checks, captures, attacks, most forcing moves, and he defends with that pawn. I rush to the center, attacking his queen, forking his rook, and I win his rook, bashing at the door, right into position. The bishop is overwhelmed. It's under attack. What is the opponent to do? They go to the other side of the board, trying to maybe put some pressure on the side of the board. And I just advance this pawn. Why do I advance this pawn? Because after takes, I have another bishop that can come and help out the queen. He moves his knight to the center, trying to take more squares. I take a free pawn, still knocking at the king's door. The queen moves out, and I offer a queen trade. If the king moves, I can take and take, or I have some other moves. So he takes the queen. I take back with check. King moves out of the way. The king is now going to move to this. The king is now going to move to this side of the board, and I castle. Bring my king out of the center, out of danger. He's out of the way of the. Unlike the other king, he advances a pawn, attacking this knight. I ignore that threat, and I prepare a launching attack on the king. He moves this knight out of the way because if takes, this is still underway. Unless, Stock Official says it's an inaccurate move, but I don't think so. Because we'd still be in equal position. No, not really, because he would have a knight more. But I still have this overwhelming attack on the king. So I move my knight out of danger, and he's formed this barricade. The king can't escape into here, defending his king. Although I still have a check, he could move it over to here, and we can prepare. We could then prepare an attack on the king with our dark square bishop. We rush our dark square bishop into the fight, and he blocks, losing a bishop. The king cannot take because the rook is defending it. It's forced to move to that square. We check him again. He's moving into his little bunker here. What are we to do? We check him again, laser beaming onto his rook. He defends with the knight. So what do? We check him again, attacking his king, forcing him to move away from his knight so we can take it. And now his rook is under attack. He brings his bishop. We check him again. We check him. We're taking down his bunker piece by piece. We move our knight out of the way because now we have this hanging. We had this hanging. So what do? We move our knight out of the danger and defend the bishop. They trade bishops. We check them again. We're slowly taking down their bunker. They move there. And then the rook defending the knight. We hold the two only open files in the game, and we have 3 passed pawns versus a brick wall. What is our opponent to do? They're completely lost. They advance their bishop. They advance their pawn, trying to break down this wall down here. But but our rooks are just start slamming at the king's door, sliding down the board. Our king attacks this rook, but it's not enough. We move it to defending. Everything here is defended. Our knight's defended by the rook. Our bishop is defended by a knight. And the rook is defending the knight. Our king moves out of danger, going to the back rank. We check him again, forcing him off that back rank, forcing him back into what was his bunker a few moves ago. We trade rooks, and then we trade some pawns, and before you know it, we move our bishop, check him, take his pawn. We stop him from advancing to 3rd rank. He moves to 1st rank, and we start pushing our pawn. Our rook was not in danger because our bishop was defending it, but we slide it down to the pawn. He keeps advancing. We move our bishop here. Now the only way is to move back. He moves back. We keep him from advancing to second rank. 7th rank, actually. He's black. And we slide our bishop all the way down here. Why? Because it wasn't unnecessary, but whatever. He keeps advancing his king. Our rook slides to the other side of the board. No danger there. We keep our bishop here, keeping him from bringing the game here and stalemating. We advance our pawn, checking him. He moves away, and we checkmate him with a queen promotion on the 8th rank. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how I finished my 600 rated journey and advanced to exactly 700. Ladies and gentlemen, what a game. I played at a rating of, let me pull it up, a rating of 1200 and actually of 87.3 according to 1200. And look at our level of play compared to our opponents. Ladies and gentlemen, if that is not a game to close off 600 rating, what is? What is? Analyze your games, practice, everything. That is how I got here. Every single game that I've analyzed for the last month has been over 1,000 rating, over 1,000 rated. My best being 1420 in my last analysis. Guys, what a match. See you guys in the next one. Peace.